Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be harvesting some cilantro seeds and letting them dry out, and then once they're dried out we're going to be replanting them so we could have some fresh cilantro on some tacos. So let's get right into this. So right here you can see we have some cilantro that has gone to seed. Now when this goes to seed, you'll see it'll get these little white flowers on it, and then once those white flowers are like pollinated, you'll get all of these little seeds, which they start off green, and then once they start drying out, they turn brown. Here's a couple that are dried out down here, if you can see. So we want all of these to dry out, and then I can shake them off and I can replant these. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this plant and put this in my drying rack, and I'll show you guys how I'm doing it. Okay, now to harvest this, I'm just gonna get my garden shears, just cut this right off. Now I wanna be careful because some of these seeds that are already a little bit dry might fall off. There we go, looks like they're not going to. All right, now I can take this whole plant now and go put this in my drying rack and let this start to dry out. I'll see you guys over there. All right, so this here's my drying rack. I got this off of Amazon and absolutely love it. It's got 8 different layers. Some of the other ones are tied up down here, but up top I could dry all my different herbs. I got some lemon balm up here, some basil, more basil, some oregano, but for now let's just go ahead and pop these in there, and then once they're dry, we'll be right back to harvest these seeds and get some replanted. So here we go. Pop those on in there. That's all you gotta do, just pop them in there, zip this shut, and we'll see you in a second. All right guys, so this cilantro has been drying out for about 3 or 4 days now. A lot of the seeds have turned brown. I could wait for this to turn completely brown, the whole plant, but these seeds look like they're coming off easy enough already. I've already picked a couple of them off just to test. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, switch cameras, and then show you guys. Yeah, some of them have already fallen off in there, but I'm going to show you guys here how I pull these off. So let me switch cameras. Okay guys, now that I swapped to my other camera here, I'm going to go ahead and put this bowl down here, and this is what I'm going to be using to collect these seeds. And all I'm going to do is just grab these and let them all just start to fall off. Looks like not all of these are quite as dry as I probably want them, because they're not falling off as easy as I want. So I probably should put some of these back in there, let them wait a little bit longer. But some of these ones that are nice and brown, I will just pop off real quick. And we will move on to planting these seeds and getting them germinated. If you have an easier method for getting these off, let me know in the comments down below. This is typically how I would just do it. Alright, that should be enough seeds for now. I'm going to put these back in the drying rack, and then we'll take these seeds and start getting them ready to germinate. Alright, so here are the seeds that we have in here. There's a lot of other little plant matter and stuff in here, so what I'm going to do is just blow on this a little bit to kind of blow some of this extra plant matter out. You don't want to blow too hard on it, otherwise all the seeds will fly out too. So some of this stuff, these seeds are a little bit too small. They're probably not going to germinate at all. These ones aren't fully dried out yet, so those probably won't germinate either. So I'll just pull some of this out here. And that's about good enough for what I'm trying to do. So now the next step is I'm just going to take these seeds that are all down here. I'm going to pop these in some water and let them soak for 24 hours before I start to plant these in the ground. So, all right, so I got a little container here. I'm going to put some water in here. Oh, got a little piece of something in there. Put a little bit of water in here. And now I'm just going to pick up some of these seeds. Just drop them right in. I don't really care that there's a little bit of green stuff still on these, like a little plant matter. I'm not worried about that. I'm not packaging these seeds and saving them until next season. I'm just planting these for now. And that's about good. So I'll take these, I'll put these in a dark place and let them sit till tomorrow. And then tomorrow I will be back to show you guys how I'm just gonna plant these and wait for them to germinate. All right, guys, so these seeds actually soaked for about 48 hours, I believe. You can see there's a little bit of roots coming out here and there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, just kind of spread them out all over here, and then pour some soil over the top. And we'll give them some water and wait for them to sprout. Now, I'm really not gonna be doing anything fancy to spread these out. I'm just gonna be carefully picking them up, trying not to damage anything, and just kind of dropping them all throughout here, trying to get them somewhat spaced out. Here, I'm gonna take the rest of these. We'll just get them all in here. All right, so now that they're kind of all spaced out, I'm just gonna take a little bit of soil that I have here and just sprinkle some on over the top. Not too much, but enough to cover them. That should be more than plenty. So now I can't see any of the seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and get some water on them. I can still see some over here. So the spot that I have them right here, this is like my seed germinating table. This table right here does get quite a bit of sunlight during the day, but it's also shaded through part of the day, which I kind of enjoy because it doesn't dry out the soil too quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these watered, and then we'll give you an update once we start to see sprouts. All right, guys, over a week has passed and the cilantro has germinated. I did have a rather low germination rate, but I kind of expected this because I didn't let the plant fully dry out. I needed to plant something else in that space, so it was time to harvest it. But you can see that did germinate. The cilantro is starting to form its new leaves and stuff like this here. Now, I did plant this in the summer, and this is more of a winter crop. It doesn't really like the Florida heat, so I am gonna keep this inside. And then once this is ready, I'll have some fresh cilantro to put on some tacos or put in some salsa. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.